If you're someone that watches my channel, especially if you follow my live chats, you know I'm a big fan of the Punisher. You also know I've been carrying a SIG P226 RX lately because my old eyes need the RX sight, and because someone sent me a pair of grips that has a sterling silver Punisher embedded into the grips here. Well, a lot of people have said, oh, you got a bad guy's emblem on your grips. Well, I'm like, well, you know, the Punisher isn't a bad guy. He's a good guy. He's just got, you know, questionable means, but he's completely a good guy. But I thought, well, you know, maybe I should get a pair of grips that I can alternate out with that would be like good guy grips. But the thing is, I couldn't find any grips I liked that had a good guy's logo on them. I'm not big into like some superheroes that are common for grips like Batman, etc. So I thought, well, I guess I could just make some. So I went out and bought a pair of these G10 grips here. They're cool hand grips. I got these off of Amazon.com. You might say, why did you get those ones? Because those are the ones that were in stock that I could get in one day. I could get one day shipping on it for an extra $3.99. So I got these. And what I'm going to do is embed a little logo from something that I'm quite fond of right here on the grips. Now, one thing that you can tell by looking at my watch here that I'm a big fan of is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm a big Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan. So I thought that would be perfect because in the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a lot of them actually carry the SIG guns. So what would be more perfect to put on my SIG than an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. logo? So I went out and bought these also off of Amazon.com, and I thought I would put these in the grip. Now, they were originally set up to either be a necklace or a pin-on thing here, so I just broke that off and filed that off with a file, made them flat on the back, as you can see right here. So now all I have to do is take those grips that I bought, take them over to my drill press, put a 3/4 inch little hole in each one of them that these can rest down in, and then put these in there, glue them in place, and I got some cool new grips. So let's go see if it works. Now, to decide where I'm going to put the little grips here, I'm just going to measure halfway between the center point of both of these screw points here, and that's where I'll mark to drill. 2 inch, it's like 2.5 inches. So I'll come down 1.25 inch. Okay, I've got the little holes drilled here, the little recesses. So now all I got to do is stick these in here, and that is a perfect fit, and glue them in place, or actually epoxy them in place, so I got some epoxy here. So I'll go ahead and do that, clamp them overnight, and we will have new grips come tomorrow morning. That is, unless something goes horribly wrong. Okay, I told you all last night that these would be dry and ready to go on in the morning, and for the sake of full disclosure here, I want to let you know it's not the next morning. It's actually like 3 or 4 days later because I ran into a little problem. You see, when I ordered these, I was in the first day of a really bad cold. I'm in like the 4th day of it now, 5th day of it, and I made a little mistake. You see, I ordered these grips, and I also ordered a Serpa holster for them to make a car holster for my everyday carry. If you've watched my videos in the past, you've seen I've made car holsters out of these Serpas before. I'll put a link in the corner here to let you go see what I do with these to make them a car holster. But like I said, I made a mistake when I ordered the grips and this holster. If you look at this, you can tell it's not a P229 holster, it's a P226 holster. And the grips are also for a P226. These are not P229 grips, and they won't fit on a P229. The moral of this story is, do not shop on Amazon.com when you are riding the NyQuil pony, because you will make mistakes. So because of this, I had to make a decision. I couldn't send these back now because I already altered them. Or I probably could send them back. Amazon would still take them back. But I thought, well, you know, I'll just use them. I've already got some SIG P226s. But then I started thinking, I made these for a carry gun, not for a gun that I don't carry. And the P226 I have doesn't have the optics on it, which is the only reason I'm carrying the P229, is because of the red dot and how it helps my old eyes. So, you know, I have the P226 Elite Stainless, I have the MK25, and I had just a standard P226. And I say had because I sold it. I sold it and a Glock 19 that I have no use for, and I bought this. the new SIG P226RX with the red dot sight. So it makes this gun something I would actually carry because of that red dot sight. That's why it took like 4 days to finish this video, because I had to get those other guns sold so that I could go in and buy this gun. That's one thing a lot of people don't understand. When I buy a new gun, they're like, oh, you buy a lot of new guns. I often sell guns to buy them. So it's kind of a trade-off more than anything else. If I just bought as many guns as people think I buy, my room would be overflowing with guns here. But I sold a couple of guns and bought this so that I can put those grips on this gun. Now, a lot of people might say having grips in a holster for a gun is a stupid reason for buying a gun, but to those people I say, I don't think there really is a stupid reason for buying a gun, especially if it's a mistake I made that caused me to have to buy the gun. And plus, that other P226 I had and that Glock 19, they were getting no use really whatsoever, so this gun will actually get some carry use, so I consider that a good trade. So let's go ahead and get these grips off of this one and put the new grips on it and see how it looks. You got to find the little tool that you got to take those grips off with. Might take me a second. I'm not sure which drawer I stuck it in, or if I stuck it in any drawer at all. Okay, there you have it. They are in, and they look pretty good. They're not perfect by any means. I think probably one's like a millimeter off from the other one, but you don't ever see both sides at the same time, so it's not going to matter. The one that's on the outside here is the one that matters. That's when everybody's going to see what I'm carrying if I'm open carrying. So, looks good. Now, the only thing I did think after I got it together is like, I wish I'd have put the emblem a little higher. But then after gripping it, I'm like, no, I'm glad I put it where I did, because it fits right into the divot in my hand instead of hitting me up here on the fingers. So it's actually in the right place. If it was up a little higher, I might have felt it a little more and it might have bothered me. The way they are right now, I don't even feel them when I grip the gun. So they look good. They don't change the way the gun feels any. So I would call these a success. I really like the way they look. So now I guess I have a winter carry and a summer carry. This has a little bit longer barrel, so this maybe will be my winter carry now, and my P229 will be my summer carry. They're not very much difference between the two guns, like I say, except for this one has a little longer barrel, so I'll get a little better ballistics out of this one in the wintertime. You know, people wearing thick, heavy coats and stuff, so that will be a good thing. So this really turned out nice. It kind of took a little bit of a sideways turn there in the middle because of me ordering the wrong parts because I've been doped up on cold medicine. But in the end, it worked out good. It just goes to show you, if you want to take a little time and put a little effort into something, you can customize a gun in a way that's unique to you, that actually looks good. You don't have to do stuff on the gun that ruins the value of the gun, because if I ever decide to sell this gun, I just change the grips back out, sell it. So this was a nice little project. I'm actually happy with it, and I might do it again with some other grips, but for now I'm going to be happy with these ones because I think they look pretty cool.